shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad in pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180! And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Please, 5-7. Hey, Charlie.
You can choose the mic. Watch Mike. All right, me and you all day.
Play action. Now Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully mentally into this one. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Orbit.
Now Garoppolo. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Brought down by Nate Gary.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 29, Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Here we go. Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Hey, pick your game up.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
5-9. 52.
Throwing his wins. Finding room at the 30. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
You gotta get moving, man. Man moving. You gotta get that. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, kill. 52, Mike 52. So we got man. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, come on, oh. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he connects with Ertz. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
Hey, echo.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 12, fellas, here we go.
Check 52.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Check, check, check.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. No score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, kill. Hey, 4 Tokyo.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Garoppolo, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 11. Check, hey, Zoo. Mike is 59, Mike is 59.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
21.
I'm here all day. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
All day, baby, all day. Check 59, Mike
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Now Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Now Wentz. Moncrief brings it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll take this one down near the 15. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Wentz. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. And Gold is able to put it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Eagles 3. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wentz to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Wentz now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now this throw caught left side, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Yeah, let's go second.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wentz going to throw right side here, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 120.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
74. We own them. Go. 47 Mike. Mike, here. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 82. Hey, Haywood. We ain't giving up.
Throwing now is Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Check that little Mike 52 right here. 52? Yeah. You don't want none.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Wentz. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check.
Hey, orbit. Here.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Let's find 7. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, high 7.
47's the mic.
Wentz now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mac Hollins the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Hey, Echo.
52. 52. I don't think you got it, son.
81.
52, Mike 52.
Wins to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The target there, Mac Hollins. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
There's 5-7.
Again, it's Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Zach Ertz. Incomplete. It's 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Give him 16 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
12.
Second down at the 41-yard line.
You better be ready. Don't be scared. General West.
Set. 57. Mike, 57. Cut.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Switch.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Beck. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles 30.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming.
21.
57's the mic. Watch.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike's 57.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Lynn, fly three. Lynn, fly three.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Ship.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Wentz going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. McManus now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 31-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
No. Kill. Protein spill.
Throwing is Wentz. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go. 180.
53.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's get it.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch 82. Watch 82. He likes to sneak out late. Watch 82. Strong right. Strong right.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. It's a foot race. The 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Check 52, come on.
Bravo.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy.
Wentz going to look to throw.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Boy, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Here we go, here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Drop deep, drop deep.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. He'll find Lindsey here. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
Here we go, D.
Lock.
Back to the mic.
White.
Hey, tight down.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Lindsey. Nigel Bradham brings him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Garoppolo, 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Here we go. 21.
57.
Hey, exit.
Mike's 57. 57's running. Right here.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And now here's another interception. Snags it for the pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The Eagles on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he's got Moncrief. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 37. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
21. Here we go.
5-2 with the mic.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch the twist.
Mike 52.
Come on.
Hey, Mike, lock.
Got you.
Ahead.
I got you, son.
Ahead.
Garoppolo. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Switch. Check. Lock.
80 weapon.
Shoot.
1, Omaha. Hey, wahoo.
Mike 53.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing again on second down. Wentz, that's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now Wentz. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Wentz now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check pass. Check pass.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Hey, Mike 52. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Here we go.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
21.
Check Mike 57.
Go.
57's Mike.
Garoppolo looking to throw. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
180.
Squeeze, double.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Kill. 47, Mike. 47. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, watch the slant.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Get ready.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Lefty.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Simmons on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup.
Hey, Kill. Hey, 4 Kill. Hey, Orbit.
22-yard line.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now Wentz. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. An Eagle 1st down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Hey, high 7.
52. I don't even know why this team showed up. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 52 is the mic. Watch Mike.
Man 5-7. Hey, Echo. 52.
Here we go, D.
Back to throw, Wentz. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Touchdown, Eagles.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Check 52's the mark.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Where's Smooth? 52. 52's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Back to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Exit, exit.
Garoppolo to throw. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Incomplete on the default. It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 now from the 27. And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation, and we'll go to overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Bravo.
Mike 57. Watch the out, watch the out.
First throw of OT for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. It would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a third down and 6. Big play coming up.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, Lindsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
6. Hey, 2.
57, Mike 57. Switch. 57,
65, 65.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57.
On second down, it's Freeman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Here we go.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied.
Here we go. 21. Hey, exit.
Mike's 57. 57's right. Push him back. 57. Mike, 57.
Garoppolo on first down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Here we go. 11. Hey, Delta.
One twist. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Come on, D.
13.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get.
Hey, seam 6.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted, but how